welcome back. I'm Fiona Mbowa here at Church of Uganda Family TV, where we talk about marriage, anything that to do with marriage, bring you real people sharing real stories. And I'm here excited about a 30-year-old Christian, 30-year-old marriage, not even age, in marriage. Who is more excited about marriage than me? And usually I'm the excited one. So today we've got an overdose of excitement. And we're talking about how to rekindle the spark. If Christine at 30 years is still that excited about marriage, how do we do that?
I know.
And before the break, you talked about a few things, but I want you to just re-emphasize the communication bit. Yes. How does communication help us rekindle this marriage?
Thank you so much, Fiona. Our dear viewers, communication is so critical. Remember when you fell in love, they communicated to you. They spoke to you.
They told you.
They told you those words. Even when you said, I do, you did through communication. So everything in marriage rotates around communication. When you want to share something, remember we said about sharing expectation, you communicate. When you want to share your feelings, you communicate. So my dear marriage, we need to build strong communication ways.
It doesn't matter if we are angry or
exactly,
what. Let us communicate.
That's why we should avoid silent treatments we mentioned earlier. Why do you are married, but you are like acting like strangers? Everybody, have you heard of that story? People who used to write notes, wake me up at 9. It's 9 a.m. wake up. And at the end of the day, the person missed out an appointment. So my dear friends, let's communicate. And as I mentioned earlier before the break, you need to know the best communication channel. We know we have different communication channels. Is it verbal? Yes, talk about it. Is it by email? Yes, for those distant marriages. You communicate on email. Is it a WhatsApp call? Is it a text? You leave those love notes.
Something you said about the WhatsApp.
The WhatsApp, yes.
Some people actually don't.
Exactly, there are some people.
If you send a WhatsApp to my husband, you'll see it on Saturday.
Exactly. Can you imagine? Even this day, there are people who are used to WhatsApp voice notes. My husband doesn't like it. So, you know, you put all your anger when you are angry. You send somebody, you never know. I regret. Well, no. Choose the best communication style. The best communication channel as you are communicating to your spouse. And remember, even there are those through observation. You can communicate through observation. You can communicate through even your the non-verbal. Yes, the way you roll your eyes when you you say yes. If you point fingers, remember when you're angry, you point fingers. All that you are communicating. So my dear marrieds, let us up our game and communicate well. And by the way, even there are different communication styles. There are those people. Each one of us, Mbowa, you have your communication style. I see you are so humble, you are calm. That is passive. When you want to discuss something with Mr. Mbowa, he needs to understand that my wife she's calm, but she means what she's saying. There are those who are passive.
I like that you have already made that.
Exactly, you are passive. There are those who are passive-aggressive like me. I'm soft-spoken, but I'll emphasize what I want to deliver. Then there are those who are aggressive. You know, our people from all over the world don't want to say the side, but there are those who are aggressive. They are talking in love, but they are aggressive. Yes, I want, yes, and a hug. You get it? Somebody wants to is aggressive, but they are still in love. Then there are those who are assertive. They want their opinion to be accepted. So you need to take time and understand the different style of your spouse. Yes, so that you appreciate them the way they are.
We're adding to the love languages. We already said we learned their love language.
The love language and even their styles.
Their styles of communication.
And again, to add on the communication, even there's communication levels. Just remember when you had just met Mr. Mbowa, you could talk
from morning until the cows come home.
That was level 1, the level that intimacy. And when we get married, we go to level 5 where hi, good night, how are the children? Yet we need waguzenyama. Is it yakayawe deko? You know, at church there is a meeting. We are just question and answer.
And just passing.
You can't rekindle the fire when you are just on question and answer. We marrieds, we need to communicate or that intimate, that level 1, intimate. When you go back, when you tell the naked truth, even when you have a pimple, you tell, by the way, I got a pimple. You call him, you call her. When the deal has gone through, you say, you know, my darling. Exactly. But now these days, somebody was saying, you hear deals of your husband on phones. They don't share. So my dear marriage, we need to rekindle the fire of our marriage. Let's cultivate good levels of communication. Get out from level 5 and that intimacy, connect.
And you find we give a lot of time to our friends.
To our friends.
You're spending an hour on a phone call with your friend,
But
and he calls you even and say,
Uh-huh.
let me first talk to this one.
Aha.
1 minute. You even
1
put
minute.
the other one on hold.
On hold.
And,
1 minute. You just say, hey, what are you saying? Is it the children? I'll pick them. Now I've got some. You don't concentrate. But when we are rekindling the fire, we need to up the game and go back to that level. Where remember when somebody will escort you, escort them, you go back, you come back, and you wonder.
Kristen, you've taken me so many memories, and I hope our viewers, you're remembering those first moments.
Yes, the first moment.
We need to go back.
We need to go back.
Things were
And
nice
in order-
then.
Yes, we're nice, and they can be nicer again because you are still the two people. It's
nothing
only
has changed.
nothing has changed. Okay, maybe you've grown,
Age.
what your children have come, but for the sake of your marriage. Remember, marriage is for enjoying. We have one life to live.
Yes, you know.
So marriage is for enjoying. We need to thrive. By the way, Mbowa, we need to thrive in our marriages, not surviving.
We have to
And
thrive.
only to thrive in our marriages, we need to rekindle. We need to keep the spark. It's doable. It's achievable.
Just now I'm excited. I'm Mr. Mbowa, be careful. I am coming fully geared up.
I know.
But apart from communication,
Yes.
what other ways can we rekindle this?
Rekindle
marriage?
the spark. My dear viewers, we need, whichever faith you are, we need to put God at the center of our marriage.
That's true.
You can't survive, you can't thrive in your marriage when you don't put God in the middle, in the center of it all. Remember, this journey of marriage requires a lot of patience, requires a lot of forgiveness. You need to forgive your spouse every day.
Every day.
You need to love your husband all the time. You need to love your spouse all the time. And for us Christians, it takes us back to the word of God in 1 Corinthians 13. Love is patient. You can't be patient when you've not
Without
been
God.
rooted in the love of Christ. So my dear friends, as we are keeping this spark, as we are rekindling the fire, make sure God is the center of your
Just
marriage.
in the middle.
In
there.
the middle. Pray about your marriage. Pray about everything about your marriage. Dedicate to your spouse. Dedicate to your children. This marriage journey is full of trials and tribulation.
I can wonder how people do it
Without God. So let God be at the center of it all. Tell him about the DNA of your spouse. Don't stop putting on the social media. You know, he did this and this. You know, all men are like that. All women are like
All
that.
men are
She
dogs.
changed. All men are... No. Tell it to
Take
his
it to
father.
God.
Take it to God. Take it to your creator. He will give you the wisdom even. By the way, that is my top secret. The joy, you see, even the grow, the joy, the love to my husband is the grace of God, which is sustaining me, which has sustained me and still sustaining me. Our dear viewers, please, we are not telling you to sleep in church, but let God be at the center of it. Ask God for wisdom. Ask God for, how do I handle this? How do I approach my in-laws? Many times, some of us in-laws have killed our spark, even forgot to talk about it. In-laws, family interference, in-laws and friends can really take out the fire in marriage. But take them to God. Tell them, God, these are family of my husband. Yes, the one you gave me, these are his family. These are our family. You know, sometimes we get taken out with our family members, and they take away the spark. So take them to God. And another thing we should do, my dear viewers, to rekindle the fire of our marriages, we need to resolve those conflicts.
Resolve conflict.
Don't pretend. You know me. When you see, when you say your marriage doesn't have a conflict, it means it's monotonous. You gave up already. You don't care. But if you care about the growth of your marriage, if you care about thriving in your marriage, please resolve those conflicts.
And actually, when you talk about that, Christine, someone said that if someone is no longer fighting, they don't care.
They
care. Give up already.
Exactly.
And sometimes we think that the point of no conflict is a good
oh,
place.
No way, no
but
way.
Someone has given up on you.
Has given up on you. They're just there. Yes, survival mode. So, my dear friends, let's resolve the conflict. And the best way to resolve the conflict, two of you. And remember, the God you've said is your witness. Two of you talk about it. And more so, women, we are fond of talking about our husbands everywhere. You tell Aunt of Chanam Kaka of Chabakuza everywhere. You tell you tell the priest, you tell the head of the mothers' union, you tell the head of fathers' union, you tell everyone. Many men don't want to expose their issues. And I've seen many people, many couples have come to me and say, my husband no longer goes to church because I reported him to the clergy. So, first and foremost, two of you talk about it. If it fails, then that's when you involve a third party.
But one also they are comfortable with.
Exactly. Somebody confide in somebody, gets a confidant. Get a confidant, not everybody, no. Get a confidant, maybe your best man, your matron, or an elder in church. Then you confide in them. But make sure you resolve the conflict, two of you.
And Christians talk about the piling conflict.
My friends, my viewers, in marriage, they don't keep wrongs. They don't keep wrongs. You deposit, in January you did this and this. During COVID you did this and this. You see this and this. The other time this, no. You are hurting your own self. Where do you keep such things? You are adding the baggage. You are carrying a lot of baggage. Offload, talk about it and forgive. That's what caused Fiona, that's what caused marriage. We need to forgive every day. So forgive him. Nobody is perfect.
And let it go.
And let it go.
And then we continue.
Yes, and continue. Don't stop measuring. You see, no.
You see, the other time, the other time.
And remember, when you are pointing fingers, the other 4 fingers are pointing at A. So let's always, and you know what, Fiona, we can't finish this show without, as we are kindling fire, ensure you build strong, intimate, sexual, physical, and emotional connection
how do you
with your
build
spouse.
the emotional intimacy, especially if it has gone out?
I know. We remember we mentioned that when we are dating, we are always happy. We are always giving each other high five, Fiona. Those days, my dear friend, emotionally, your spouse, you should make them happy. You should sympathize with them. You should be compassionate. Many people fear their spouses. Many people are living in fear. They are afraid when somebody knocks, when they hoot, say, oh, she has come back. It's like, no.
We're going to start from where we stopped
Exactly.
yesterday.
Emotionally, people are drained. They are in marriage, but they are drained. My dear viewers, let's make sure we fill the emotional tanks of our spouses. But first and foremost, you need to fill your tank.
How are we going to fill our spouses when
When you're empty?
empty?
First, fill your tank. Fill your tank. And how do you fill your tank? Be happy. Find something which makes you happy. Me, I love dancing. I love taking pictures. By the way, he's going to take pictures before we get out of here. I love taking pictures. I love to look good. I love to smell good. So I always fill my love tank with my looking good. By the time doctor comes through, I'm already happy. Yes, I'm happy.
You're not relying on him for happiness.
So I make sure I organize his clothes for him also to look good. I don't care who compliments him, but me, I filled my tank. I'm always happy. I smell good. I smile. I'm always the joy of the Lord is my strength. So my tank is full. So I pour to him. I fill my tank emotionally. So that I give him. There are times when somebody comes back and then you're ready for you. You are empty. Everything is making you quarrel. Everything is making you uncomfortable. Even when he comes to touch you, you are uncomfortable. No, fill your emotional tank. And then after,
I'm just amazed by our dear viewers. Fill your tank.
Fill your tank.
Find something that excites you.
Exactly. Is it window shopping? The other day I was talking to Yama. He said, me, when I'm stressed, I go window shopping. I was shocked, a young man. So go window shopping and feel good. When by the time somebody comes back you are charged.
The vibe is high.
The vibe is high. And then it will help you to be that emotionally, you don't drain your spouse. And then physically, physical intimacy is so critical.
After 30 years.
Yes.
Now even whispering down the TV people. After 30 years.
Yes. Physical. Yeah. Can you connect with your spouse physically? It's not about emotion and then you leave him there or leave her there. No. Even physically connect. What physical activity
but
does it?
There are people who have never held hands.
Exactly. Who don't hug. The other day a lady was telling me the husband hugs all the relatives, all the friends, and for her she's longing for that hug. And you can imagine they come from...
When you're my husband
yes,
and you never hugged me.
Yes, can you imagine? Can you imagine? There are things we take for granted. So physically connect with your spouse as we rekindle the fire. And then sexual intimacy. My dear marrieds, you got married to connect sexually. So please invest in your sexual life. Invest time, invest money, invest resources, invest even your energy. Be intentional. Be intentional as we are rekindling the fire. And enjoy each other's company. Don't just say, it is as it was, it will be. No.
And forever it's
no. Do something new. Do something new. You can organize the romantic dinner. You can organize
after 20 years where we're starting from.
So, my dear friends, we are keeping the spark, but let's rebuild our intimacy with our spouses. And it's not one-sided. Each one of our dear husbands, our dear men, please, let's rekindle the fire.
But now, actually, the ladies will say, I am trying, but
Exactly.
he is hesitant. What do I do?
I know, and it's so common. Even the other day, somebody was saying, women, for us, we are told many things, and
But
men, hey, encourage your husband to attend marriage retreats. Encourage your husband to listen to such messages on TV.
Don't listen alone.
Don't
Actually.
listen
Invite
alone.
your
Yes,
husband.
invite your husband so that you can get to know. You know, sometimes men, they think, those are for women. No, they're not for women. They are for two of us. So, our dear husbands, please, let's rekindle the fire. Let's rekindle the fire. That quieted time. Let's stop taking laptops in rooms. These days,
bedrooms.
TikTok, you know the TikTokers, you know the influencers. Can you get
Yet
to
you don't
know?
know your
You
wife.
don't know your wife. You don't know your husband. Even don't know what tunes them on. You get to know, you need to know which button do you press, and somebody will just get excited and just gives you all the counties and all the wild things. You get it? So we are rekindling the fire. Let's build our sexual intimacy in marriage. So that we can enjoy. Marriage is for enjoyment.
But is there hope?
Yes, there is hope. And the Bible says in Job that there is hope. When the tree is cut,
Has been
it will
cut.
sprout again.
Because I know people are saying,
Yes,
you know
no, there
what,
is
where
hope.
we've reached. No,
There
Christine, the things you're talking about, I don't even know how to start.
No, there is hope. And please, just first organize yourself. Yeah.
Okay.
We can be talking, some viewers, people are in pieces. You are betrayed. You are hurt. You are battered. Maybe even the in-laws throw you away. There's a girl, I'm talking, the mother-in-law came in the morning, I wanted to throw her away. You are in search, but my dear friend,
telling us to rekindle.
to rekindle.
Where do we start?
Where you start, you made those vows for us Christians. Remember, God is your witness, and He knows it all. So take it to God in prayer. And also talk to your spouse that this and this, I'm not happy with this, and I want us to start a new page. There's always a new page. Open that new page and you start with your husband. As you started, start with your wife and start with your husband as you are rekindling. Exactly. Let's follow in love again. Let's follow in love again. It's doable. But by that, if we don't rekindle, where are we going to survive? You know where we are going to suffer. And you know where they are heading us? Is the other side if we don't rekindle the fire. So let's count our blessings and rekindle. It may be costly, it may take time, but rekindle the fire.
And we need to not give up.
Don't give up. Don't drop the ball. Don't give up. Don't give up. Press on, press on. The grace of God is sufficient.
Is there anything we've left out that will help us
rekindle the fire? Of course, this conversation, we are going to continue with it. But what I can add, as we parent, different parenting approaches is also cause the fire to go down. As parents, you need to agree. You need to embrace the parenthood. You need to be positive as you parent these children. Many times, because of children, people have gone separate.
Yes.
The fire has gone down. So how do you bring back the fire as parents? You are a good mother, you are a good father. Let us all do our responsibilities. Our role as a father, our role as mothers. Let's stop the blame game and let's do our role as parents. Let's parent together. And when we parent together, we shall get to know our children. Yes. But many times when a child, maybe you have a stubborn child. Let me share my practical experience. Our last born is 22 years. We thank God. He's doing mechanical engineering. He's in his first year doing mechanical engineering. So when he was in A level, it was a bit chaotic. He studied in 4 schools during A level. So until we discovered that we need to sit 2 of us and we understand this young man's issue, it was causing chaos in our marriage. But God gave us the grace. We sat down and said, you know, this and this. He used to say when he wants to go for the movie, he tell Daddy, I'm going to the movie. Mommy has allowed. But when you don't talk about it, whatever 2 of you say, Mommy has allowed. By the time Daddy comes to you, say, Rodin told me he was going for a movie. No, he has gone. No, I didn't tell him. So if you have different approaches, the children will get to know.
And they know
where to go. If they want an iPhone, they will know I'll go to Mommy. If they want to go to for football, they will know I'll go to Daddy. So you need to agree and you need to parent positively, intentional, positive parenting. For that, you keep the spark. By the way, say, they will go away. And, and for you, two of you,
Baba,
let's say you are divided. The spark has gone. You know, children, you know, mothers, my children, my baby, your husband, before this baby came through, your husband was the best friend. And he still has to stay the best friend. So, our dear friends, our dear viewers, as you parent, let us be positive, let's be intentional, so that we can enjoy our children and enjoy our marriage. Wow. You get it?
I am actually intrigued, and I think our viewers are, but this, we have to come to the end of this.
Exactly.
But I want, before you go, just one word to our viewers that could just summarize all this.
Thank you so much, Fee, for hosting me on Family TV. Marriage is hard work. Marriage is sweet. Marriage needs a lot of commitment. And I want to end with this C's. Commitment. You need to make good choices every day. You need to care about your spouse. You need to remember you are complimenting your spouse, you are not competing. And you need to connect to God every day and connect to your spouse. And remember to resolve those conflicts. And remember to be compassionate to your spouse. And my dear friends, you need to be creative in whatever you do. Creativity is so key in marriage. Let's enjoy our marriage. We are thriving and we are in this together. Don't drop the ball. Thank you.
Wow, interesting. Thank you very much, Christine, for such an interesting conversation. I think that hour really rushed, but thank you very much for that. And for our viewers, I hope you've picked something. People, however bad it seems, it's not the end. We can actually pick up that ball and get back in the game until death do us part. Thank you very much for watching. I'm Fiona Mbowa here at Church of Uganda Family TV with Ring Diaries.